So in today's episode, we discuss why Juwita doesn't have Touch and Go e-wallet. You're listening to
Jom Sembang, Malaysia.
So actually, before we dive into that, right? 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when my sister first went to Korea, and Korea technology is so way ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
So she said, "Oh, when you go Korea, I don't need to bring money one. Everything's on the phone. You just tit, 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 tit." So in my brain, cannot imagine. Because in Malaysia, we don't even do that. It's credit card,
Right.
debit
Yeah.
card time. So she said, "Do you have funny one? No, everything's in the phone." And then I just take the phone and tit, tit. Then I say, if you lose your phone, you lose money. Then because she's also new to it, so she couldn't explain. So for me, fast forward now, right?
Yeah.
We are living in that world
Yes.
that I cannot imagine 15 years ago.
Yes.
And I thought that's quite interesting lah.
Yes.
But I want to begin the session by telling you that I was a firm believer of not using credit card.
Ooh, you too.
Because my dad used to be in debt because of credit card.
Okay, a lot of people actually. Yeah.
So when I first started off working, I said, okay, it's one thing that I consider evil. Don't have better lah.
Yeah.
I should use money that I have.
Okay.
And not have a credit card, even though it's for convenience sake or whatever.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I don't have a credit card.
Yeah.
When I worked in the bank for the first time in my life, when I was 20 or 21, bank ma, and then my position was quite high lah. So I got my first credit card. It's compulsory. Every staff is
Yes.
given one, and we actually have special rates. That means not your normal rate lah. Our rate is
For
better.
the payment,
the repayment or the whatever, right? So, which I didn't bother much. And then after that, I remember said the limit was like 40,000. So I went home, Mom, this credit card got 40,000. You can sign off a car right now. And then my mom said, like, you ever use? So my mom knows me so well. And I never used the credit card throughout the time I was working in the bank.
At all?
At all. And the bank has no reason for me to like, don't leave the job. Because
But
I
what
was
about
not using the special rate.
What about all those, automated payments? I think for me that is where it's the most convenient lah.
No, like, I wasn't really using it for auto payment as well. I was young enough to like, okay, if I need money, I just go draw the cash and I use it.
Okay.
And because I work in a bank ma, so drawing a cash is just outside the office.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have a problem.
So remember we were talking about how I don't spend money without thinking very hard or unnecessarily. So I think credit card has not been an issue for me because of that. It's like I already plan to buy or I memang will go to buy this, and I don't like carrying cash because I don't like going to ATM to take out
Okay.
money. Half the time there's only $80 in my wallet. Kind of thing, or less.
I'm so totally opposite. I probably have like 100 ringgit and then I have another 100 ringgit tucked off somewhere.
Yes.
On days that I open like, oh, no more money.
Yeah. So now I learn lah. Now I have some stash in the other wallet. But there are people who use the card like Cashless lah, and it becomes like a free.
Correct. Pay later.
Correct. So I don't know, when you're talking about cashless e-wallets, touch and go.
Yeah, I think for me, the stark change is very obvious. The last time I didn't use credit card because I didn't want to use money that I know I don't have. Or I know that I need to pay back in a way. Okay. And then came the debit card.
Yes.
Debit card was like just swiping for any money that you already have in your bank.
Yes, betul.
Which I'm like, okay, doable.
Okay.
But I was very skeptical about, okay lah, after I swipe, suddenly someone call me or hack me, how?
Yeah, then all your savings gone.
Correct. So I have that concern in my brain. So when it comes to e-banking, after that, I was like, okay lah, press and disappear, press. A bit too easy.
Yeah.
But that was the way to go with a lot of my clients lah.
Yeah.
There were two choices. They were banking in checks or I was writing checks out, and then otherwise it was e-banking. Yeah, so it was like
I haven't written
that.
a check for I don't know how long.
10 years. My checkbook is still sitting down collecting dust now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so eventually it became sort of cashless when it comes to big amount.
Yes.
But small amount, it was still like, I pay 50 ringgit. We still paying each other lah. We don't like tell our friend, okay, after drink coffee, right? 20 ringgit, 50 cents, let me bank to your account. It still doesn't work lah back then lah. Okay, so after that, when it comes all these pay, easy, e-wallet and stuff, I was skeptical like usual. The same way I was skeptical with the credit card.
Okay.
Why if someone hack me and then all my money's gone and I don't check it often enough?
Right.
So, I remained quite skeptical until the pandemic, I have to say.
Yes. I don't think I used any app thing to pay. Well, to pay lah. I don't know whether I even downloaded it before the pandemic. No, got. Like, the check balance and stuff like that, I would have.
At least you have. I don't. I will insist on going to the old school browser, Safari or Chrome, on my laptop to check if I have.
Right. But for things like paying for breakfast and stuff, I don't think I actually even considered using that until the pandemic lah. Because people don't want to touch money, right?
Correct.
You got to launder the money before you use.
So like, for example, right, before the pandemic, I would tell my mom, just online lah, pay your bill lah, press, or whatever, right? She'll scold me one.
Oh.
Like how I know, after online pay, never get receipt. After they say I never pay, blah, blah, blah. And then they insist on me driving them to the post office to pay.
Oh.
Okay, like, hello, post office queue so long, like, yo, why you all keep doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, then after that came the pandemic where I said, no choice law, cannot go post office, press. So after that, there's the e-wallet, the Touch and Go, the whatever that you can just put in credit. For me, thank God, Touch and Go is put in credit. So when I had to transition my parents to e-wallet, it was at least start with Touch and Go lah, because not your whole amount is there. You can put a certain amount. So if you get con also, it's that small amount that you put in.
Yes.
Which was a really quite interesting, progress into cashless world.
Yeah.
Like on my end, there's this thing called Big Pay.
Yes.
My friends been like, Gina, you've been traveling, just get this Big Pay thing. And I'm like, what for? I just bring cash lah. No, this Big Pay thing is like you can go overseas, the commercial rate, and I just cannot grasp it.
Okay.
Until one day my friend said, seriously, you should just apply, it's free. I think she applied for me or something like that. So the Big Pay came.
Yeah.
And I realized that, hey, I'm very comfortable using it is because I put money into the account.
Okay.
So I feel like I can put 1,000 to the account and I go traveling. If I get robbed, it's just 1,000. It's not whatever savings.
Yeah.
So that was probably my beginning of trusting e-wallet.
Okay, when there is a limit to it. But
Correct.
Then all your transactions actually also got limit lah.
Yeah lah, but then I always think that if someone
psychologically
wise,
yeah. So yes, I do use that as well. Did you know that when you go to Singapore, let's say, you can actually tap your MRT with that. I never knew. Last time you always have to have the don't know what card, EasyLink or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now you can do that. Can we do that here on our MRTs?
I'm not sure. Touch and Go is still
Tapi sekarang parking all boleh lah.
Correct.
So that's been another thing. Okay, so there was one day I went to research all those casual parking, tap and go one.
Correct.
So because I noticed it at my condo lah, at the Masuk, because we have 3 floors of casual parking, visitor parking, correct. And then I saw, this company lah, quite interesting. So I actually went to call them and research about how it works and everything. So the setup cost is, I don't know, I wouldn't say cheap lah, but then, I'm not doing business, so to speak. So maybe in comparison, it's cheap. I don't know. But the cool thing, he was telling me that since he started using all this cashless payment system, or rather since he installed for parking operators, they said their revenue actually went up.
Which I totally agree, because why?
Why?
It's easier now to make payment.
But you still have to pay what? If it's cash, somebody collect the money there, you still have to pay the fee what?
True lah, but then
this is on the inside the enclosure one, not the street parking one.
Okay, inside the enclosure one, they have no
it's like you cannot come out unless you pay, right?
Correct. But actually, if you take a ticket, you still can't come out. But I think you might be able to make excuses. Like the thing not working lah, I put in the cash lah, there's no change lah, something lah.
Oh, maybe lah.
But with this Touch and Go, it's like, ta-da.
His reasoning was people don't pilfer the money. So it's not that people don't pay, it's whoever's collecting the money or taking it out of the machines have found a way to take the cash, put in some in the pocket, and only report to the company 80% or 90%. So that's why he was telling me that revenue go up because you avoid all these kind of people finding loopholes to steal the money from
so
you.
Cashless world is also a good thing lah, in a way.
Also good thing lah.
Okay, after the break, we come back to discuss about why you're not on Touch and Go or any other e-wallets.
This episode is brought to you by CMate Communications. They do design, they do copywriting, and they do all sorts of creative content. So if you like what you're hearing on Jom Sembang Malaysia, if you like the artwork, do reach out to them, CMate Communications on Facebook.
So right, I'm not promoting Touch and Go. But I have to say, I started using it because during the pandemic, people wanted to pay money through e-wallets, but they didn't want to use bank because during pandemic, it's also when the banks introduced this thing called Duit Now.
Yes.
Okay, last time it's like you need to do a bank account, transfer to a bank account. Now it's like if the bank account is linked to ABC mobile phone, anyone who transfers to the mobile phone goes straight to the bank.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, quite convenient and stuff like that. But it's more convenient when it's through other e-wallets besides a bank account.
Yeah,
So
okay.
let's say it could be a Touch and Go or a Grab Food or Big Pay or whatever is it.
Okay.
So I thought like, I signed up for Touch and Go lah because of that. Because my mom was trying to transfer money to me. And she said, I don't know how to go to bank or this thing. So fine.
Okay.
And then I find that Touch and Go inside, it doesn't just have Touch and Go. It has this parking lah. You can pay parking off the street lah and everything. Then I find that, I use it quite often now.
Within Touch and Go?
Yeah, within Touch and Go. Like I can buy things with discounts and stuff like that. So it became like an entire world of its own.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wanted to know why I don't have...
Correct lor, it's so convenient ma. Like, if we share a coffee just now, I can just do it to you instead of do it now or find a bank account. Which I find bank account is, for me, I keep bank account to more official matters. Like, I need to pay Juwita 100 ringgit for buying books or something like that.
Okay.
Like, it goes to proper record. Compared to like, I'm paying you 50 cents or 250 and then my accountant asks, what is this 250
Yes.
Then I'm in trouble lah. So, for me, e-wallet solves that.
Okay, who said I don't have e-wallet? I just don't have Touch and Go.
Which e-wallet you using?
I have Grab also considered e-wallet now, ma.
Okay.
So you want to tit to me, you can just send to my Grab phone number also can. Everybody out there, if you have my phone number, you can try, okay? $1 also can.
Give her some love gift.
And then, so Big Pay also has that function where you can just QR code. So I think we discovered this kind of recently when, you are selling books or CDs, right? You've been doing that, lah. So
Correct.
like when selling, on the rare occasion now that people still pick up a CD, because I do have stock. If you want CD, call me, okay?
Wow, her promotion twice this time round, okay?
You can actually just, show them the QR code. And so all of them have these functions.
Correct. So back to that selling CD thing, I also want to say that, okay lah, I follow Juwita around to help her sell CD, okay? I don't know why I do it, but I do it. So, after the pandemic, when we are selling CD, a lot of people don't bring the money.
Yes.
Like got 10 ringgit lah, 3 ringgit lah, not enough lah. So I just give them, okay, Touch and Go, just tit.
Yeah.
And it's easier for me, why? I don't have to go and count whether I collected enough cash and be answerable to the mother. Like, what is 5 ringgit missing or something or whatever is it. So it's all accountable. I just collect it all together and I just transfer it to her. It makes very, very easy management lah, I would call it.
Yeah. So just aside from that, I think, right, when we just came out of pandemic, right, people bought CDs because they forgot they got no more CD player.
Yeah. And I being the seller, is like, didn't want to ask, auntie, your car got player man?
We just put that there like, oh, come, it's support, come, oh, thank you, I like this song, like, wow, I hear on the radio, then they buy already, then like, people say use my CD.
That aside, I think e-wallets have very, very different function now. So like, for me, if I'm able, for example, to pay the street parking,
yes.
last time it's like, I need to go buy coupon.
Correct.
Or I need to go and like find the machine.
Correct.
And then I go for meetings or something. Of course, you have like Jom Parking lah, Selangor Smart or something like that. But then you need to download the extra app.
So are you telling me that Touch and Go, is this sponsored by Touch and Go? Never mind, okay.
No.
They have all the connections to the different states punya juga?
Yes.
All within that one app?
Yes. So you can pay parking and then say, okay, Selangor, and then I'm parking at where, and then you just pay.
You're really trying to market this to me, right?
And then after, like, it has a timer. It will tell you, like, you're in a meeting and then your meeting go longer, you can just,
that one I know lah, the Jom, all that stuff lah.
But not only that, some e-wallets also allow you to pay bills and they give you a discount for it.
Yes.
So like electric bill, water bills, and then why do I need to download the bill app? Why do I need to download TNB app? Shabazz I app. When I can download one e-wallet and do all that and might get discount for it.
Because I didn't know. Because, okay, let me tell you why I didn't in the first place. Why I opted not to download the app. Because I was told that it's not really connected to you can't use the app to reload your card.
Correct.
And my problem, or I was always facing this, where do I top up my Touch and Go card to pay the toll punya?
Okay.
And I thought,
let me explain it to you again. I'm not sponsored by Touch and Go.
I thought, right, that okay, if I could just use that to top up the thing, then I would have done it, but I was like, oh, cannot then.
Yeah, let me explain to you. Now you can if you have an enhanced Touch and Go card.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Anyway, it's quite, a lot of the Touch and Go that expire this year onwards is all replaced by enhanced anyway.
Oh, good. Because I'm
Okay,
supposed to go and get a replacement for one card. Okay.
So enhanced allow you to upload, reload, whatever on the app. Okay. Okay, let's put enhanced aside and your normal Touch and Go card, right?
Okay.
You can still link it to the app. Initially, I thought like you cannot reload, then why I want to link to the app? What I did was I link it to the app. Some of the points that I do toll or something, they deduct from my e-wallet instead of the card, even though I was using the card.
Confused me. Okay.
Okay, which means that I might tap it 10 times, but if so happen that tapping machine is up to date, it actually deducts from my e-wallet. So my Touch and Go remains 100 ringgit or whatever.
Right.
So
that means it's connected.
50% of my time when I'm using my Touch and Go card is deducting from my e-wallet and not from the card. So I don't have to reload it as often as I used to.
I see. But how did you connect it then? It's
in the app. You're allowed to.
Oh.
So that was also one reason that I thought, hey, quite nice how my Touch and Go lasts forever on this card. Actually, no, it's deducting from my wallet. But again, it says on that whole reload, upload, whatever thing with Touch and Go card lah.
Okay.
Again, it's not sponsored.
Okay, let me tell you why Gina
e-wallets.
like so like gung-ho about this, right? Because the other day we met up with a group of seniors.
Okay.
And they were like, hey, can you all come and do a session first and teach us how to use e-wallet lah? Then I'm like, what do you mean by teach you how to use e-wallet? Because in my brain, right, is your kid would have already loaded it into your phone for you, right? And then just tit it only lah. You know, like literally they will say tit it to you. And then I asked them, okay, remember that day? I think it was like 10 of them. And then I asked, so how many of you have this Touch and Go lah, or any e-wallet lah? And then only 2 hands put up. That's it. So then how you all pay your
It's not
lah?
maximized. Like my parents, when they use the e-wallet, they don't know that, can pay parking one whatever. For them, it's just, I just used to say, here, Touch and Go, I just scan and pay.
Right.
They are even as backward as to upload my e-wallet or reload my e-wallet. They go to 7-Eleven, pay money
give the phone and
for
ask
them
them to do.
Correct. So, like, unlike us, we are young first, then we just go online and just transfer money in.
Yeah.
So, it's a different generation or different stages for different users.
But they were cute lah. So I said, then how you all do this then? That's why we asked you to teach us lah. I'm like, like that was okay nah.
But moving forward, right, your debit card, your credit card will be your phone. Exactly like what happened in the beginning where I was talking about Korea and my sister, right?
Yes.
So like my friends have already started, they have e-credit card. E-debit card. It's on the phone. So when they go pay bill, they put the whole phone there. Toot.
Yes.
So I was like,
by the QR thing
It's not even QR. It's literally just the phone. Like, you know how you tap? You just like tap your card and pay, right?
I see.
Or what? Waste your card.
Yeah.
Or you call it again.
So you don't
Same
have
thing.
to
Now
go
you take your
and-
phone and toot. Same thing. It's so like, it's how freaky and not freaky lah.
Yeah,
for
somebody
me.
steal your phone means okay lah. But then they have to steal your face now. So like,
But I do have to summarize that cashless will have made me a better citizen in the sense of like I pay bills more on time and stuff like that. It's so convenient. You know, sometimes like I don't know about you. Like, I'm the person, right? If I need to pay parking on the street and I cannot find it, then I don't know whether I should put a note there and say sorry bukan saya tak bayar tapi saya tak jumpa, or I actually go park somewhere else because I want to abide the law. I'm that kind of person. But the whole cashless world changed that for me. Like, you know, it helps me to be a abiding citizen when I really am a very hardcore abiding citizen.
Yeah. So I think there are ways to cope with it. I mean, you can use it, but then you can also use it to your advantage lah, right? So I realized that in the event that, okay, like we were talking about auto pay, auto credit, auto debit, what is it called? The auto pay thing, right?
Okay.
So bills. Then I discovered that, you know, sometimes when your card gets hacked or used by somebody and then you have to deactivate it and then you have to have a new thing and then all your auto payment before that gonna
Gone lah.
Then you have to, which one did I do? So now what I do is, because I also want to have a look at the bill instead of everything automatic. Because, you know, they might change the plan and I might not even notice. Right? So as soon as the bill comes, okay, last time I don't want to pay first because the bill just came. It's due next month.
Oh,
Why
you're
wanna-
the kind.
Yes.
Mine no. The come only I pay.
Why do I want to give them the benefit of the interest? We're talking about stingy or not, but so now the bill comes. Otherwise, I will forget about it, right? I have to go and find the bill again.
Okay.
So the bill comes, I will schedule it for maybe 2 weeks later lah. So I can forget about it, put the bill away. So that's one thing I'm practicing now. I don't know whether it works for everybody, but it works for me. Saving time lah. Don't have to go and scroll or find a thing. Then the second thing is, what I'm trying to do now is using the different wallets for different categories.
Okay.
So it's easier to track, I suppose. So now, for example, it's like, okay, all my work payments go to, like sometimes we got 2 bank accounts, right? One for work, one for play lah, kind of thing. So they all go to the work one. Then I don't have to think already like, oh, give me a bank account. I don't have to think this one or that one. Like, okay, always this one. And then if I'm paying out my personal bills or what, it's the other one. So
Yeah.
just kind of systemizes thing for me
Okay.
lah. Maybe next time I'll have food, use Grab and then use, I don't know.
Maybe.
Or just use everything on the same one.
Before the whole cashless world started, one of the benefit of being cashless is the records.
Yes.
It really helps in whether you're a business person, you're a normal person, your expenses is all record. I think it's good lah. It helps, how to say, just now prevent bribery
Yes.
and undercuts and whatever. But there was this guy that I know 20 years ago who already started that. He will like go and buy a mineral bottle, 90 cents.
Yeah.
And he'll pay credit card. Then I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? No lah, I just money in my system that I spent 90 cents or whatever.
Right.
So he was already using the digital world to get that record so that he doesn't have to record it down his expenses.
Right.
So like looking back, right, it's a smart move forward. Like right now, a lot of your sales or whatever, even though it's in wallet,
yes,
it's actually
it's all stated.
recorded.
You want to check back, it's there. It's not like cash. It's, hey, where did the 50 ringgit go? It just disappears. Okay, but there's one thing that I have been wondering. Parking, toll, tak ada receipt. Kadang-kadang nak claim macam mana ni?
Again, I'm not promoting Touch and Go, okay? But Touch and Go has a transaction history that you can download that
So
says
even
what
if you
day,
use
what
the card?
time. Yeah. The card also has. So it will say that you pay from Puchong exit or whatever is it. So what I do is I download every month and I highlight to my accountant, parking, toll. Then whatever highlighted goes into the company.
Right, so even if it deducts from the card,
it's better than me getting a receipt that fades off after 3 weeks.
that is true.
So yes.
Mungkin saya cubalah lepas ni. This is the
actually-
persuasive powers of Gina Yap Layung.
But yeah, I mean, using this cashless world, my final words would be, you just have to be very careful. Don't be too fast. The technology was so fast. So you read something, it's like, okay, noting, press, okay.
Yes.
So that I tell my mother, right, it says here it's a scam. Touch and Go wanted to reload, can you press this button? But you actually read properly, the T and the G is all wrong spelling or something like that. Or your other CIMB or whatever. There is that kind of scam. So for me, it's just take a deep breath, go through it slowly and not too fast.
Read properly lah.
Because now money is no longer physical. It's just a number that you can transfer around. It's very dangerous.
Betul.
You need to just be
Betul
very
tu.
careful about it.
Check nama juga. Sometimes you can just check you already put the number, check the
Correct.
name. Betul tak?
Correct.
Yes.
So yeah, let's do that in this cashless world. Be very careful or slow down in our process of paying money or receiving money lah.
Yeah. Remember, you can send to my phone number. Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by 2 Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.